How's it going, everybody? It's me, the world's #1 Joji fan, and welcome to Minecraft Survival. So, guys, wow, I'm impressed. The last episode was super fun. Not gonna lie, not only am I still impressed that I was actually able to figure out a contraption, but you guys might have been the star of the show the whole time. You are all genius. Well, actually, I take it back. I take it back. Some of you, a good majority of you, are genius. In the last episode, we liked to play a little game. The game was pretty simple. What build is going to go down below this build? If you guessed Amethyst Farm, then you were wrong. This is actually the void right below me. Why does that keep happening, guys? If my calculations are correct, which, let me tell you, they better be correct. If my calculations are correct, right down below this thing, at the very bottom of the world, should be an amethyst geode. This amethyst geode is going to be the perfect geode for our farm today. So that's what we're going to do. But before we can do anything with that geode, of course, we need to dig straight down to the bottom of the world. And you know what, we're digging. I don't think there is a better time than now for today's comment of the day. That's right, the comment of the day is back. So, today's comment of the day basically said something along the lines of building a redstone contraption that has a water wheel. It has a literal water wheel. That is such a genius idea. And considering the fact that I had so much fun designing the other one, would you guys like to see something like this? Thinking about it a little bit, we probably kind of have a solid start. I could most likely take elements from the build that we did last episode and just like translate it over to a water wheel. That's today's comment of the day. If you'd like to be the next one, all you gotta do is leave a comment about something cool. Maybe relates to the episode, maybe doesn't, down below. But a little bit more talking, a little bit less working. Or the other way around. The other way around, because would you take a look at where we are? Yep, that's right. We've done it. We made it all the way down to the bottom of this cave. The amethyst geode, sure enough, is right below. Oh, no. Sure enough, is right below this thing, and that's going to be in the way. So, if we're going to set up an amethyst farm today, the goal is to keep budding amethyst. Every single block of budding amethyst that we find, it needs to stay. Amethyst farms, amethyst farms, amethyst farms. So geodes were added to Minecraft back in 1.17, and since 1.17, I think I've legit only made one amethyst farm. This should be interesting. So this cave that we're in right now, it's a little bit familiar. If you can remember the Big Dig project, yeah, it's the same cave. Conveniently, while we're working on this thing, until we build the exit for ourselves, we've got a quick exit over there somewhere. So, first things first, with this farm today, I think what we're going to need to do is locate the lowest budding amethyst block. Once we find that lowest budding amethyst block, which I'm sure is going to be that block right there, then we know where the floor needs to be. So the goal with this farm today is to isolate every single budding amethyst block, like floating in the air. Basically, if we can open up every single side of the budding amethyst block, as you can see here, the amethyst will grow like everywhere. That side I had opened up earlier on for some reason, I have no clue. Or at least I opened up most of the sides, and as you can see here, we get a lot of amethyst. We leave the budding amethyst block alone. We run around every once in a while and use our Fortune 3 pickaxe to fortune all of this stuff. Then, in no time, look at this. 20. That's despicable, actually. So if we clear out a little bit more space, sure enough, this is definitely the lowest budding amethyst block, 100%. What that means is, I think I want to put the floor one block below it. If we put the floor even with the bottom of the amethyst geode, like right here, that's going to do two things for us. Of course, it's going to allow this budding amethyst to grow down, but then also, I mean, I think it's not going to be too hard to harvest things. Definitely going to need to set up some kind of scaffolding thing in the middle so I can reach everything, but like, how hard could it be, right? It can't be too bad. Take a look at this cave. Right now, it's pretty devoid of life. I keep hearing zombies, but that's beside the point. Budding amethyst blocks are kind of like spawners. If a creeper walks over and goes like kaboom, then the block, it goes poof. Oh yeah, by the way, all of the blocks that I got from mining that thing out, inside of the inventory. It's actually not as many as you would think. Back up here in the Coliseum, to end all Coliseums, it's time to collect a little bit of supplies. I'm thinking Science Lab. Science Lab is 100% going to be the vibe for the build today. Science Lab, I think, means white concrete floor. I've got to have white dye somewhere. There we go. Just a little bit of white dye for us. We're pretty deep down in the ground. I'm always tempted to build with deep slate. I mean, I love this stuff. It's beautiful. But I think what I want to do, and what I probably should do, is brighten it up a little bit more. Instead of just doing, like, dark deep slate, maybe we go with, like, stone for the wall. That could be kind of cool. Or maybe even endstone. Endstone is definitely that science vibe, especially when I turn it into bricks. So maybe we'll do that. That'll work well with the white concrete. I mean, then again, literally anything will work well with white concrete. So I guess there's that. If you're newer to the world, hi, welcome, and also if you're watching this video right now, remember to like and subscribe. But check this out, we've got our windmill over there and it's spinning continuously. And over here we have our crane, and as you would expect, it's craning. If we go ahead and go down this thing, you will find very quickly that I wasn't lying. You see, this is the same exact cave. The Strider friend right there, and then Geode, it's right over there. I am seriously hoping that this geode is going to be loaded in while we're running around the base, because if it's not, then I'm gonna have to come over here and AFK. And so, anyways, with all of that explanation out of the way, I think it's time to do a little bit more building. I'm thinking we're gonna place it down, and then I'll contain the water. Of course, preserve all of the lava inside of this cave, but place it down and dump water on top. Now, the middle of this geode, I'm gonna call it as like those 4 blocks right there. I think that lines up. No, maybe it's these 4 blocks. Those 4 blocks is the middle. Of course, I need to contain every budding amethyst block inside of this geode. But what I also want to do is make a good looking build. I think what we're going to do is maybe go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blocks out from the middle in every direction. That should definitely cover the entire geode, right? Maybe that side might be pushing it. But hopefully 7 blocks out in every direction. And then I turn it into a big old, well, actually, you know what? No. I'm gonna make you work for it. I can't tell you what I'm gonna turn it into quite yet. You maybe take a guess down below if you want. You don't have to. I'll show you in a little bit. But I'm not telling you what I'm gonna turn this into. You're just gonna have to wait and see. Hey. Hey, that's a beautiful bonus. Oh, that's a beautiful bonus for sure. I don't know if I should silk touch that though, or if I should fortune it. Decisions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then finally 8. I think my numbers were off. We're gonna have to make this floor 8 blocks wide, coming out from the middle, every direction. That should hopefully include every single budding amethyst block, but now is about the time that I figure it out. That's right, if you haven't figured it out quite yet, the plan is pretty simple, and completely and entirely devastate the environment in pursuit of sweet, sweet farm profits. Let's go. What time is it? Ah, yes, you're back, just in the nick of time, too. I've been waiting for you. Yes, you, watching the video. Definitely not the mobs behind me. No. So, I've been busy. I've been hard at work, and I have something very big to show you. I'm proud to reveal, very excited to announce that the saucer, this saucer is complete. Look at it, it's beautiful, right? Tell me it's beautiful. Okay, so, clearly, I have a little bit more work to do, but I came up with something really, really cool that I think you're gonna love. Check this out. The floor inside of the amethyst geode, well, pretty simply, I've taken the geode and put the geode back. By the time I'm done with this thing, basically, the idea here is that we have a geode farm set up inside of a giant geode, or what used to be a giant geode. All that's left is the bottom of the geode now. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Now the walls of this thing, we got a good view into the cave. Definitely need a window on this side. For the window, I was thinking, maybe what I do, I'm not too sure about this, but maybe what I do is I just lower the floor right there and do glass panes all the way up. And then over here, basically the same thing. All we need to do is lower the floor, or like continue the floor out with stone bricks, or maybe more concrete, I'm not too sure. And then big window going all the way up. The thing that gets a little bit more confusing is this back wall. So clearly, this wall, it could kind of work, and that wall could kind of work too in terms of a window, but the back wall is definitely not going to work. I'm thinking maybe on the back wall, all I need to do is essentially just continue this whole stone brick stuff all the way up to the ceiling. I was also thinking maybe I mix a little bit of plain old stone in here too. I want to make this lab feel like old, like kind of ancient, you know, kind of abandoned here, like something weird or weird was going on here, but not anymore. Also, conveniently, from an earlier project, I don't remember which one it was anymore, but I have like a million extra glass panes. With so many extra glass panes, doing these windows all the way around, at least on the front side, oh, it's gonna be so cheap, so affordable. So, glass panes, do I have them all in? Like, basically, maybe we just filled that in like that for now, and it's water time. We dump water all over the floor, turn the concrete into solid concrete. 100% solid concrete is gonna be the way to go. This is gonna look way better. Oh yeah, and over here you may have noticed an operation going on. Yeah, I've started to decorate the room a little bit. I think it's really gonna come to life once I get more decorations in. When it comes to the big geode that is looming, and actually now looming in the way, I think it's time for it to go. See, I wanted to wait to rip out like all of the geode just in case. I mean, you never know. The whole time I've been working on this thing, I've been watching mobs spawn over there continuously. I didn't want it to notice me somehow. I didn't notice it. It moseys on over here. Then just bad things. So, king of the castle. Where's the top of this farm? This farm definitely needs to stretch all the way to the very top of budding amethyst block. Then on the top of the thing, I think I do like a curved ceiling or something. Definitely water so I can drop right down this thing and ooh. Yeah, you see what I mean? Big caves all over. Oh, it's a huge cave. It's a really, really big cave that continues and goes and goes and goes and goes and it's gone. I blocked it off. No. We found the top of the geode for sure. The top budding amethyst block is going to be that right there. Now we have a dropper right here. What I want to do is drop down into this thing from the windmill and land in water. The water is just a couple blocks above the final budding amethyst block, so maybe on like a tray that I set up right there. I could build the tray out of glass and then just put water in the middle. Then all I need to do from there is maybe jump off of the tray and land down inside of the geode. From this spot right here, I mean, it's a jump, but it could be worse, right? Or I could even put water in the middle. All of it really means, though, is geo digging. I've got a lot more geo digging to do. Oh, it's gonna be tall. It's gonna be really, really tall. Yeah, tall. I gotta admit, though, I'm kind of stumped. I don't know what the best way to do this is. Maybe what we do is we start with the top of the geode and kind of clear it out, layer by layer from the top down. I mean, yeah, I feel like that would make a lot of sense, right? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. That's really smart. We start at the top, all the way up here, and then make our way down to the bottom. That's one budding amethyst. That's one budding amethyst completely gone. I'll be a little bit more careful. While I work on carefully clearing out the rest of this geode, I'd like to talk a little bit about automation. Automation is an amazing thing. I love to automate any farm that I can in the world. Speaking of automation, farms, today, yeah, we're definitely building a farm. But 100%, or in fact over 100%, there are ways to automate this process. We could make this fully automatic if we wanted to, with a couple simple pistons, redstone wires, observers, and the simple part, yeah, I take that back. It wouldn't be simple at all. You see, here's the thing. The automatic amethyst geode farms, they're cool, but they're also really, really messy and involve tons of random chaotic redstone. The item collection system, I mean, with the help of an LA, maybe it's not too bad nowadays, but still, it's just messy. Also, if we were to take a look at the drop rates of these things and compare, like Fortune 3 pickaxe compared to piston, oh, it's not even close. It's not even a question. Looking at the numbers here, it's not even close, like to the point that it almost makes no sense at all. I'm always into automating farms and doing things manually. I mean, it's cool. Something just runs in your world on its own. You don't have to do anything. But this is one of those times where I don't really care about it. I don't think we're going to worry about automating this. So no automation. We don't need that. No ceiling. We also don't really need that either. And finally, no geode either. The geode is now completely removed, and I can't lie, guys. I feel a little bit scammed. I mean, looking at it now, I guess there is definitely a lot of budding amethyst blocks, but I really kind of thought there was going to be more. I feel scammed. So that was difficult. That was really, really tricky. The budding amethyst block, I mean, clearly, it looks so much like the normal amethyst block, and they break so quickly. I think in total, I lost 2 budding amethyst blocks, unfortunately. But I mean, I guess on the bright side, none of those budding amethyst blocks were like really, really close to the ground. Oh boy, I've come up with like the best solution to get in and out of this thing. So right here, I've got a vine. When I need to go out of this thing, or I guess back up to like the top of the thing, all I need to do is climb this vine. Floating up here, I've got tinted glass because obviously amethyst, tinted glass, you know, and then water right in there. Anytime I need to get down to this farm, all I need to do is walk into the windmill and drop straight down all the way to the bottom of this thing. Then from this point, I ride the vine down to the bottom of this farm, or I ride the vine like partially. Okay. Maybe not. What I think we're gonna really need to optimize this farm is scaffolding. I'm gonna need a ton of scaffolding, basically just left inside of this farm to get up and down so I can actually, like, you know, harvest the amethyst. Now, harvesting the amethyst, it's a pickaxe. That's it. No automation. That's simple. Detailing the room, I've got a couple tricks in mind. All I need to do is place some things down on the ground in here and basically kind of like start to fill this place up. We've got the big grand window on the front of this thing, so anytime I need to look into the cave, or maybe anytime I come back into the cave and build something, I can walk down here and just look at it. It's cool. Over here, chef's kiss of a mirror, and over there, the same thing too. Deep slate diamonds, that's right, of course, I had to so touch these things. But it's definitely not just those things. I've got deep slate redstone as well, and I've even got a little bit of deep slate lapis too. Being so low deep down in our world, I figured this stuff would kind of be like the perfect decoration down here. But that's definitely not all. No way. We need a science table. Science table? Maybe right here, front and center, in front of the big window. Onto the science table, I mean, look, we've got one option. This is an amethyst growing lab. Of course, they're researching the amethyst, so amethyst, every single step of the process. Maybe this is gonna help me because, seriously, every single time I come over to these things and I look at them, like, without the context of the fully grown ones, I'm like, is that ready yet, or is it not? No more having to wonder ever, because all I need to do is just check over here. This thing is going to get us so many amethysts. I mean, yeah, I guess I do feel cheated out still, but like, looking at it now, running around this thing and just starting to harvest this, especially the low ones, yeah, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be so nice to have in our world. Torches, they're kind of despicable though. I've got the glowberries lighting up the ceiling, but the torches all over the floor, yeah. Those are gonna have to go. Can't just leave it dark though. Also, I have these 3 extra purple candles, so I don't know, 3 is a good number. Maybe we'll just put it on the floor. Why not? Crafting table, cauldron, yes. And another cauldron, yes. Water cauldron, lava cauldron. So next up, we're gonna try something out, and I'm gonna need you to be honest. If this is really, really bad, just let me know, and I'll pull it out in the next episode. But how about some lanterns hanging on the wall every once in a while? Maybe not like right there, but like, how about over here? We could do like a chain coming off of the trap door right there, and then a lantern. Maybe? Like, is it cool or is it no? Let me know. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and do it, but it's all up to you. So now, at this point, we've got a lot going on in this room. The function is there, definitely. The decorations, they're looking pretty good too. Gotta move this chest, but I'll go ahead and do that later. But the exit. Right now, as it stands, I'm kind of trapped in here forever, and that's not good. What I think I'm gonna wanna do is this spot right here. This is the perfect spot for an exit. 1649, negative 51, 1945. Bubble column all the way up to the surface on both of these spots right here. But to pull this off, I think what we're gonna need to do is start by going all the way back up to the surface. I gotta be honest, I have no clue where this is gonna end up. Like, I mean, obviously it's gonna be in the middle of the wheat field somewhere, but like, hopefully it's not in the middle of one of my paths. So, 1649, 1945, is something like that. That's gonna line up with this thing, okay. 1649, 1945. 1649, 1945. 1649, 1945. This spot right here, and then I think it's gonna be that spot right there. I mean, that's not too bad. That's actually kind of convenient. That's perfect. So now it begins. All we need to do, plain and simple, is dig straight down all the way to the bottom of the world. It's not like I haven't done this already. Kind of crazy to think that this used to be the bottom of the world. Like, for 10 years, that was the bottom of the world. That feels so short now. Hey, I like the looks of this. If only I had a little bit of room for them. That's like a lot of diamonds. A lot of diamonds today. Anyways, here in my garage, and by my garage, I mean here at the bottom of my world, in my brand new amethyst farm, I've made it. Clear out the inventory a little bit so we can pick all this up. Can't believe this is the first redstone block we've ever picked up. That's kind of crazy. A couple signs right here to stop the water from inevitably flowing down all over the farm and making a big mess. One quick bubble ride back up to the surface. A small nap. 2 pieces of soul sand. Count them. 1, 2. A little bit of water. A lot of bit of kelp. All right, I'm always so nervous to test these things out for the first time. I mean, everything should be fine, and I mean, we gotta test it sooner or later. Please be okay. Yes, we don't lose the hardcore world today. We're good. Okay, so back down to this farm, all I need to do is wait for the water to catch up. This stuff is really slow. Any second? Any second? And there we go, water right there. We pull these 2 blocks out and replace them with soul sand, and then it's time for kelp. All the way up to the surface. This is always crazy, putting the kelp in at the end of these projects with a bubble column up to the top. Like, it always feels like it goes for so long, and I mean, I guess it's because it does. The world is really deep now. But anyway, back up here at the top, all I need to do is do it again. But before we do it again, we'll go ahead and fix this up. I really didn't mean to do that, sorry about that. But that's gonna have to go. Then also, check this out. You can't use the shovel on the farmland. That's so weird. Oh, it's beautiful sounding. Delight, calming. Every time. Alright, so a small problem. I actually ran out of kelp. I think this side was the side that I finished though, so I should be able to jump into this, ride this back up to the top, grab the kelp from the top, and finish off this side. And look at how close I was. Like, so close. But anyways, back down at the bottom of this thing with both sides finished now. We should be able to break that, jump inside of it, and we're sent all the way back up to the top. That's it. That's officially it. Now, friends, we're set for life. Anytime we need any amethyst blocks in this world, well, anytime that happens, all I'm gonna need to do is make my way over to this windmill right here, drop down the middle of the windmill, land right here, and then start harvesting. Hopefully, the amethyst is going to grow inside of this thing pretty much anytime I'm over at the base. Minecraft Survival, episode number 62. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would kindly appreciate a like, and if you're new here, hi, welcome, subscribe. What do you think about our project today? Do you like it? You have any thoughts? Drop them down below. Patron gang, big thank you. Paul P, Austin V, Andrew H, and Gabriel Y. Thanks for watching, everybody. Amethyst Farm forever. Goodbye, everyone.